All right, let's dive into something delicious, shall we? Dubai? Anyone? We're talking restaurants, that dream of opening your own place in a city that just oozes luxury and flavor.
And pitfalls, right? Got to be realistic, too.
Oh, absolutely. But that's why we're here. We're dissecting this Manuvial blog post, opening a restaurant in Dubai, 10 mistakes not to make, so you don't have to learn the hard way.
Exactly. Consider this your crash course in Dubai dining domination straight from the source. And trust me, I've seen firsthand how tough this market can be.
No sugarcoating here. So let's dig in. This article paints Dubai's restaurant scene as this booming, vibrant world. New flavors everywhere, a real global hub with people craving, well, everything.
It is, without a doubt, a foodie's paradise. But booming doesn't automatically equal easy money. Think of it like, I don't know, a complex dish, right? You need the right ingredients, the technique, that balance. Otherwise, it's just not going to work.
Presentation only gets you so far.
Exactly. You've got rising operational costs, competition like you wouldn't believe. And then there's catering to the crowd. Dubai is incredibly diverse. You've got Emirati locals. Maybe they're looking for traditional Arabic food. Maybe they prefer more private dining setups. Then you've got expats. They might be craving international flavors. Big on the brunch scene. Got to know your audience.
So you're threading a needle, appealing to everyone, but also what makes your place stand out.
Bingo! That unique selling proposition. What's your restaurant story? Dubai diners have options galore. Got to give them a reason to pick you.
All right, so passion's great, but you can't just open the doors and hope for the best. This article hammers home the legal side, the permits, licenses, serious business in Dubai.
Oh, for sure. It's not your average health inspection, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Operating without the proper paperwork, that's a recipe for disaster.
Total nightmare scenario.
Right. You'll need a trade license. That's from the DED, the Department of Economic Development. Then there's the food license. That's from Dubai Municipality. And if you're thinking alcohol, well, that's a whole other license, each one with its own hoops to jump through.
Enough to make your head spin.
It can be. That's why you stick to the official sources. The DED website, Dubai Municipality, they'll have the most up-to-date info. Don't rely on word of mouth. Do your homework.
Preparation is key, just like with any good recipe. And speaking of ingredients, location, 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 the article really emphasizes that. I mean, Dubai's got it all, from the glitz of downtown to the family vibes in Jumeirah, the expat haven of Dubai Marina.
And each neighborhood, it's like its own little ecosystem. You wouldn't open a fancy seafood place in the middle of a street food hub, would you?
Yeah.
Not that one's better. It's about understanding the vibe, the clientele.
Setting the right stage for your culinary performance.
Exactly. You want to complement the existing scene, not stick out like a sore thumb.
Okay, so we've got our concept, our licenses, our location. What's next?
Well, we can't talk Dubai without mentioning the S word. Seasonality. Especially with tourism, it's huge there. Peak season, November to March, it's a gold mine. But
rely on it too much?
Yeah.
And the off-season hits you hard.
Exactly. You've got to adapt. This article talks about tweaking your menu, lighter options for those scorching summer months, heartier stuff when it cools down.
Fashion for food. Got to keep it fresh.
Exactly. And don't underestimate delivery. Those sweltering days or even just those quieter months, it can keep you afloat. Meet your customers where they are.
So you need business smarts on top of your culinary skills. Tough market.
You could say that, but it's also about respect. Dubai is incredibly diverse culturally, so sensitivity to that is key. And that's a whole other dish we should unpack, don't you think?
Absolutely. But first, a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back to delve into the cultural side of Dubai's restaurant scene. Stay tuned. And we're back, diving right back into the world of Dubai restaurants. Before the break, we were talking permits, locations, the nitty-gritty. But Dubai is not just about business, is it? There's a whole cultural layer, too.
Absolutely. In this Manuvial article, it gets that. It says cultural sensitivity isn't just a bonus in Dubai, it's essential.
When in Rome, right. Or, well, when in Dubai.
Exactly. Halal certification, for example. It's non-negotiable for a lot of diners. Making sure your place is certified shows respect for those Islamic dietary guidelines, which is so important in this region.
It's about more than just the food itself. It's showing you understand and respect their values.
Right. And think about Ramadan. Adjusting your hours to accommodate iftar, the breaking of the fast, maybe even offering special iftar menus. Little things, but they make a difference. Build that trust with your customers.
It's about fitting into the rhythm of the city, being mindful. And speaking of fitting in, let's talk about your team, your operations. You could have the best food in the world, but if the service is bad, the kitchen's a mess. Well, that's another kind of disaster.
It's like a dance. Everything has to be in sync, right? Every team member plays their part. And that starts with understanding Dubai's labor laws.
Back to the rule book again.
In a way, yeah. Visas, wages, benefits, it's all laid out pretty clearly to protect employees and employers. No cutting corners here. Get yourself some good legal advice. It's worth it.
Because even a small mistake there can snowball into a huge headache later on.
Exactly. But it's more than just checking boxes. You want to create an environment that attracts good people, keeps them around. Your staff, they're the face of your restaurant. They interact with the customers. They embody your brand.
It's about treating your team right so they can treat the customers right.
100%. Which brings us to another big one from the article. The customer experience. Look, good food is expected in Dubai. To really stand out, you got to create an experience, something memorable.
But Dubai's got that reputation, high standards for hospitality. How do you even top that?
Well, the article points out a few things. Seamless service is huge. Attentive but not intrusive, Staff that knows the menu inside and out, willing to accommodate.
Reading your mind without being obvious about it, it makes a difference. I remember this one time, I was at this place in Dubai Marina. The waiter, he remembered what I'd ordered on a previous visit, even put me at my table without me asking. It's those little things.
That's it. It's those personalized touches. And tech can help too. Online reservations, tableside ordering, digital menus, mobile payments, loyalty programs. The article mentions it all. Streamline the experience, make it convenient.
Tech is your sous chef, keeping things running smoothly. But even with the best tech, things can go wrong.
That's where feedback comes in, right? This article is big on actively asking for feedback and actually doing something with it.
Feedback is golden. It tells you what works, what doesn't, where you can improve. Online reviews, surveys, even just chatting with diners. It all helps you refine your game, keep getting better. Show your customers you're listening, that their opinion matters, and that you're not afraid to adapt and evolve. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll be right back to tie it all together and see what it really takes to make it in Dubai's food scene. Back again. Ready to finish off this Dubai restaurant deep dive?
Time to plate up our findings.
Exactly. We've covered a lot. Location, permits, that whole cultural side, creating an amazing customer experience. Phew.
A lot on the menu, but that's the restaurant biz, isn't it? Balance is everything.
Right. And in this case, those key ingredients are what make or break you in Dubai. Knowing your market, having the unique thing about your place, and of course, all the legal stuff. Can't forget that.
Definitely not. And we talked about adapting to how Dubai works. Tourist seasons, using tech to your advantage, building a team that's top-notch. It's a lot to juggle.
No doubt. Seems like it takes more than just loving food to make it in Dubai. You need business smarts, you got to be culturally aware, and you got to be ready for anything.
Resilience is on the menu, too. This article really stresses that strategic thinking. Every choice you make, the food, the marketing, it all adds up to your success.
So for our listeners out there, those with that Dubai dream, any last words of wisdom?
Don't be afraid to take a chance. Bring something new to the table, literally. Dubai loves creativity, that mix of cultures. Remember, it's not just a meal you're selling, it's an experience. What's your story?
On that note, we're calling it a wrap on this Dubai dining adventure. Be sure to check out the full Menuville article, Opening a Restaurant in Dubai, 10 Mistakes Not to Make. We got the link in the show notes. Until next time, happy eating, everyone.